At my sister's birthday celebration, my father took the microphone with a smile that felt rehearsed. The music faded. Conversation stalled. Every face turned toward him. "Tonight," he announced smoothly, "our accomplished daughter, Venus, is gifting her penthouse to her sister Tara." Applause erupted. 30 people clapped like it was generosity, not theft dressed in velvet. I stood frozen, my fingers wrapped around a cold key I hadn't realized I was gripping. My mother's stare warned me not to resist. My father's grin told me resistance wasn't an option. When I said no, his hand moved faster than thought. The crack of skin against skin tore through the string music. My earring flew loose, skidding across the marble floor. That sound didn't just end the party. It ended whatever bond we had left. The evening had begun like every Carter family event. Polished, loud, painfully choreographed. Crystal chandeliers spilled light onto marble floors, reflecting gold gowns and half-drunk wine glasses. A quartet played near the windows, Atlanta's skyline glowing behind them. From the outside, it was perfection. Inside, it was a stage where I never seemed to get my lines right. 2 hours before the slap, I arrived carrying vintage wine and a careful smile. My mother barely glanced at me. "Good, Venus. Put it on the bar," she said, fussing over the dessert table where Tara stood at the center of attention. Tara laughed loudly, the kind of laugh that demanded space. Her fiancé Ethan whispered something and she playfully hit his arm. Her diamond bracelet flashed under the lights. "You look exhausted," my mother added, still not facing me out. "You work too much." "I run a company," I said quietly. "It's supposed to be demanding." She hummed. "You should think about balance and maybe help your sister get back on her feet. She's been struggling. Our family's favorite excuse. Tara failed upward for years, padded by endless support. My achievements were always followed by reminders to stay humble. I made my rounds. Aunt Nancy pinched my cheek. "Still single?" she teased. "All that success, but no man?" I smiled thinly. Uncle George laughed. "Men don't like intimidating women." Their laughter scraped against my nerves. I retreated to the bar, pretending to check emails. Across the room, praise floated toward Tara. "She's such a free spirit." Money isn't everything. I swallowed wine and bitterness together. My father worked the room like a campaign trail, charming and controlling in equal measure. When he reached me, his hand settled heavily on my shoulder. "You proud of your sister?" he asked. "Of course," he leaned in. "You've done well. Time to share that fortune. Family takes care of family." It wasn't a suggestion. It was a command wrapped in affection. Something in his tone, final, practiced, set my pulse racing. When the music swelled and people gathered for a toast, I caught Tara's eyes. For a moment, she looked uncertain. Then my father lifted the microphone. Feedback screeched. Silence fell. "Tonight," he said, voice rich with performance, "we celebrate generosity. And what better example than one sister lifting another?" He turned toward me. "Our Venus has decided to give her penthouse to Tara." Applause thundered, gasps. Cameras flashed. Tara covered her mouth in pretend shock. "Dad, really?" My mother dabbed at her eyes. "So beautiful." My father extended his hand. "It's only fair. You can always buy another." That was when something broke open inside me. Years of compliance collapsed into clarity. I set my glass down. "No." The word cut clean through the noise. "What?" he asked. I said no. "I'm not giving away my home." Whispers spread. "Ungrateful," someone muttered. My mother hissed, "You're embarrassing us." "I've funded this family for years," I said evenly, "this party included, but my home is not up for auction." Tara's tears appeared right on cue. "Venus, please, how?" My father stepped closer. "You're defying me." Then he struck me. The sound echoed. My head snapped sideways. Heat exploded across my cheek. My earring rolled across the floor. No one intervened. I straightened slowly, picked up the earring and whispered, "Happy birthday, Tara." Then I walked out. The hallway was quiet, cold. Music restarted behind closed doors, pretending nothing happened. That's how my family survived, by turning cruelty into background noise. In the reflection of a glass console, my face looked calm, detached. That calm terrified me more than the slap. I pulled out my phone, one glowing button. I stared at it, then locked the screen. Kayla's voice echoed in my head, "Handling them isn't freedom." The elevator chimed. Floors passed. Control returned. In the lobby, I exhaled. A text buzzed, "On my way." Outside, a black sedan pulled up. A tall woman stepped out, silver hair gleaming. We exchanged a single nod. 30 minutes later, the doors reopened. "Daniel Carter," she said calmly, "explain why you struck your daughter." My father paled. "Mother..." "Tell me what to think," Margaret said, tapping her cane. "You humiliated Venus. You demanded her home like she was currency." She turned to the guests. "And you applauded." Silence crushed the room. "You have 5 minutes," she added, "to find her earring." Tara dropped to her knees. Phones rose, streaming, recording. Margaret faced my father. "You don't run a kingdom, and as of tonight, you run nothing." "I'm rewriting my will," she said. "Everything goes to Venus." Shock rippled, rage followed. "You can't," my father snapped. "I already did." I stepped forward and placed the pearl on the table. "There," I said. Margaret softened. "You owe them nothing." By morning, the video was everywhere. Deals collapsed. Boards resigned. Engagements dissolved. In my penthouse, sunlight filled the room. For the first time, silence felt like peace. I fastened the pearl earring back in place and looked at my reflection. People think revenge is loud. They're wrong. Real revenge is choosing yourself and never looking back.